Hi guys, welcome. My god, my mic. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking onto this video. If you have not subscribed, please tafadhali subscribe. I don't know how possible it is for us to shoot outdoor because I have a mic, but I already can tell that the surrounding noise, the trees, the wind will be a problem. But you know what? We'll continue. In the meantime, if you're one person who cannot stay single, this video is not yours because you're the only person who knows why you can't stay single. So I don't wanna push you out of it, but if you can watch. This is for the people who maybe are single right now, maybe their relationship ended recently, or maybe they have been single for a good time. I want to encourage them, and also those who are already single to just know why they should continue being single. But yeah, welcome to this video, reasons why you are better off single. Cheers. I've written my notes down, literally, so I'm gonna read from my own notes. So the first one is, you are not indebted to answer or explain much to anyone. So if you have been in a relationship, or you are in a relationship, or you see people in relationships, you realize that every decision they make, everything they do, has an indirect impact to their partner. So be it your location, like you cannot freelance the way you would freelance if you're single. Like you have to explain why you're going to a certain place, especially if you date an insecure person. You have to, let me give you the list I wrote. Location, pics. My sister, you cannot take a pic with a guy and for your partner to not be like, who is that? You get it? Posts, if you post anything that is kinda, like it's not giving someone who is in a relationship, you're in issues, you'll land in problems. Messages, blackout times, that is to explain. You see the times you can go out, have fun, and then end up maybe sleeping at your friend. Maybe you blacked out, you didn't, your phone, you didn't check your phone. The following day you have a long essay explaining where you are, why you are there, what happened to you, were you with. Because when you black out, you can wake up anytime. You can black out around maybe 12 a.m. and you'll be up maybe by, let's say, 8, 9, or even maybe that 12 p.m. the following day. So you are in a position whereby you can do such a thing without having to be like, you wake up panicking, where's my phone? My sister, you get it? So the other thing I mentioned on that list was money expenditure. Let me give you an example of something that happened to me in another previous relationship. The guy used to spoil me. I didn't have an issue with him spending on me. But if I would ask for something and he doesn't do it or give it to me, I would look at what he's doing and be like, I don't know if it's coming from a toxic place, but I will look at him and be like, okay, you had money to do that and asked for this. Like, you understand? So that implies, okay, on a female perspective. But if you are single, you owe nobody an explanation. I mean, bro, in fact, if you're living with your parents, or maybe you're living with a strict sibling or caregiver, and then you have a partner who wants explanation from you, it's a lot to deal with because I don't know. Me, I don't like explaining myself. That's my nature. I just want it to come naturally. But in a relationship, you are forced to explain yourself. Reason number 2 as to why you are better off single. So, if you have insecurities, there is less chances of triggers. Let me give you an example. Plenty of examples. Be it cheating. If you've been cheated on before, that thing rarely leaves you. I mean, like, for some people, it easily leaves them, maybe through therapy or something. But for some of us, we hold on to that event, trauma, trigger. Like, someone can do something and be like, this person is cheating, and maybe they're not cheating, or maybe they are cheating. But when you're single, man, you just like, you don't care because you're not in a relationship. Like, you just don't care. Another thing is things like depression. Like, relationships can be a trigger for some people, whereby if they feel they're not in a stable relationship or in a space whereby that doesn't trigger them in any way that makes them sad when they already like have a depression kind of what is it called, depressive episodes, past depressive episodes that can come back with any little trigger. When you're out of relationships, you're safe from that. The other thing I thought of mentioning under this point was mental stability. People like me, when we are single, we are better off, like we are mentally stable. But when you get into a relationship, of course relationships have ups and downs, but for someone who is not mentally okay, those things can seem like mountains. You'll not be able to maneuver them as easy as someone who doesn't have mental issues. The other point there is weight gain. I'm telling you, if you have body issues and you get into a relationship and then by bad luck or bad chance you end up being with someone who, you know, tells and magnifies your body insecurities and tell you how heavy you are, why can't you go to the gym, you're too slim, you don't eat. If you're not in a relationship with someone, of course, if it's someone, okay, let's look at it at a relationship perspective. If you are in a relationship with someone and they body shame you in any way, it weighs down on you because that's your partner, that's your boyfriend, that's your girlfriend, that is someone whose view and, you know, how do I call it, their views and perception about you matters a lot. So if they tell you you've gained weight, you become self-conscious, which is not right. So it adds on to your insecurities, all right? The other thing I wanted to mention, the abusive domestic violence. If you are not in a relationship, you are very much safe, okay? But if in a relationship, someone who is in a relationship is someone who, if previously they have been in an abusive relationship or they have an abusive tendency, when they're in a relationship, it's when they will bring it to life. If you fear abuse, is when you fear like maybe your boyfriend lifting your hand, you're already shaking because you're expecting to be hit, or maybe you're the one hitting your boyfriend. So for those kind of triggers, you can be able to control them more when you're single until you figure out yourself. The wind. God, I feel like cutting these trees right now because nimengana kuweka hii setup. Nimengana. I've been blending mangoes because I find it easier taking it as mango juice. And guys, let me tell you, I love it. It's cold, it's sunny, like it's nice. So the next point, oh my god, I'm sorry about the trees, I'm so sorry. The third point is you learn to enjoy your own company, make yourself a priority, figure out yourself. Let me give you an example. For example, someone like Ayasta. Hey, I'll rate the name here because I'm sure I've butchered her name. That lady who sings with the rush, Sabi, all those songs. Can you imagine if she was focusing on a relationship? Tungekuwa tunaimbiwa na nani? Okay, I don't know if that's far-fetched, but yeah, I hope you're trying to understand what I'm saying. When you're in a relationship, there's a way that your relationship reduces, like if you're working on something, a relationship can pinch attention out of what you're doing, pinch peace out of what you're doing, pinch focusness from what you're doing, pinch, you know, when you are probably sent, I don't know, good, let me give it, this is actually a perfect example. When you were kids, because I'm sure you're not a kid who is watching this, but when we were kids, if you were sent to the shop or somewhere alone, you tend to go faster, and of course you're gonna do it faster as much as it will be lonely, but you'll be able to achieve whatever you have been sent to achieve and come back. But if you go with a friend or somebody, you slow down, you take more time, and of course it's more enjoyable because you have company. But still, a relationship can really deduct from yourself, from what you're focusing in this life, because by the end of the day, it's not about relationships. And you want to be just a wife, you just want to be a girlfriend. I don't know, I've had people say that. I don't mind, you do you. But for me, oh my god, talk about the neighbor's dogs. God, oh hell. I'm so sorry. Wallahi, I'm never shooting outside again. I can't. If it's not this, it's this. If it's not this, it's this. Anyway, we move. So in that point, for you learn to enjoy your own company. When you're in a relationship, you tend to consider the other party, and it kinda, and for some people, it really affects. I was actually watching, what's the name of this YouTube channel? It's the YouTuber, the owner of the channel, or the host of the show is called Priscilla Ndanu. What is it? Oh, Pour It Out. Please check it on YouTube. So I was listening to a story of one lady who was sharing. She was a single mom. She is still a single mom. So she had a son as a single mom, and she met this guy who literally, yani inaanza tu kama relationship, but the way it impacts your life. Yo, I swear to God, I've been there, done that, and they said never again. Wallahi. If I realize that you are making me change the dynamics of my life, oh my God. And especially if it's not reciprocated, you will suffer depression, and you will be bumper to bumper. So she was sharing, I think I have to shout. She was sharing, okay, we're all shouting. She was sharing that she dated this guy, and she ended up like he ended up moving with her and the son, and things went left to a point that mwishowe she was left with nothing. She had no job, she had no house, she had nothing. She had sold some of her really valuable stuff. I don't know if it was a car, to sponsor these guys and later on she found out that this guy had a whole family. I'm not saying that your story will end up the same way. I'm just saying, you never know. You just never know. So you can imagine, like, she took all her focus, even forgot her own son, and ended up living for this guy. And it never worked out in the end. So for me is, if you are in a relationship and you are happy, it's okay. But if it is taken away from you in a big way, that you are losing and not gaining, you need to step away. You need to come back to the streets. Just be single with us. Please. Tukwe single. Pamoja. Alright? And in that point, even stuff like, if you want to move out of the country, or maybe you want to move places, jobs, you need to consider that person. Someone you never know if you'll end up with. You can imagine. So you end up missing a lifetime opportunity because of a relationship. Guy, I'm a daughter. Guys. Also stuff like, your house, if you live alone. I don't know, but for me, I had a very bad experience with another ex of mine who used to come to my place and evade my space. Like, I used to wish I'd disappear, I'd travel for a long time, because I felt I no longer had a safe space in my house because he was always there. I knew it was so wrong. I knew actually it was so wrong, but I didn't know how to communicate. But eventually we broke up, and I promised myself I will be putting that boundary. I will not even be telling someone where I live. My brother, if you'll find out where I live, it is over a long time. After my friends, some of them don't know where I live. So please ensure a relationship is not leading you to such kind of things. Also stuff like sex toys. Can you imagine? I've had people in relationships whereby the partner does not allow them to use sex toys. They're like, why am I here? If you don't satisfy me, God, let me tell you, if a relationship, I don't want to rule out a relationship because of the sex life part, but sex, I don't know. Let me actually stop there, because I might be digressing and not attending or dealing with the issue at hand. But when you are focusing on yourself, you can do so many things without somebody like dictating and having an influence on your decisions. Yeah, choose your dreams and not a man. That is all I wanted to say. So next point, you need to recharge, reevaluate, reflect, and gain stamina, especially if you have been in a relationship. After relationship, girl, boy, come back to the streets. Like, the streets have this bad notation. I don't even care to expand on it because it's each their own. But for me, I have a favor about the streets because people who are in the streets are the ones who have their shit together. Literally, they have their shit together. Most of the people in relationships are literally disorganized, especially those in relationships whereby it's 100 and the other party is giving 0. Messed up shit. So anyway, I'm joking about the the streets part. You don't have to come to the streets if you don't want to. You can be chaste, practice chastity, which I have done before, and it went well for me. We'll share that story another time, not today, not tomorrow, but another time. Anyways, this helps you check lessons, deal breakers, also help you heal, also show you like green flags without being in a relationship, because when you are already in a relationship, when you're already in a relationship, it's easy to give a pass on these things when you should be firm on them because it's your happiness. So when you're already in a relationship, it's easy for you to be like, oh, amefanya hiyo, wacha ni assume, because you're already in the relationship. Kwanza, for us women, we are not like men. A man, okay, most of them, because I've met men who are also gullible. When a man literally looks and you have done something and they're like, I can't deal with this, they leave. They don't even think twice. They're not like, oh, how will she move on without me? How will she be? They don't care. It's us women who are always like, okay, let me ask you, maybe he's feeling bad, maybe he's going through something, he fails to pick up your calls, you're making excuses for him. I'm actually angered by that point. But yeah, just be single kidogo, you gain your own stamina. Of course, as I said in the beginning of the video, there are some people who can't be single. They can't stay single. And it's okay. Nobody knows. I can't understand why you are there in that state, but you do you. But if you are from a relationship, you need to come back to the streets and gain your stamina. Okay, you need to be single. Look at your streets. Scratch. Number 5. Relationships are not easy. Okay, being single is not also easy, but still, relationships are worse. Let me tell you, the challenges of our relationships, you will not experience them when you are single. You will rarely. Okay, when you're single, you can have flings here and there. I don't know, maybe a one-night stand. I'm not advocating for it, but I'm saying it can be there. But the challenges in our relationships are really a lot. Let me actually share some that I wrote down. Sex boredom. You have a partner, but you're not having the sex of your life, or your sex life is miserable. That can hit differently, especially if you are a nymphomaniac. I'll write the name here, like me. If you are one, I swear, if a relationship is not giving the sex you would like, chances of you cheating is high. Also, other parties that influence your relationship, such as, partners, friends, family, like in a relationship, sorry guys, I'm trying to ensure that tuko sight. So in a relationship, you can have third party influence, such as, imagine now, let's be practical. So for example, I'm given an example, I'm not dating. For example, I am dating someone who has friends that, why am I saying as if it has never happened to me? There's an ex of mine who I used to date, who had friends who literally didn't like me. And let me tell you why. So this guy was like an extreme people pleaser. He would even go out in clubs and pay for them drinks. But, like, it was extreme because you'll find me and him, we are together. Then the friends call him and he's like, baby, can you take me this place? There's a chill out going on. We get there, the friends are there, the friends' girlfriends are there. You understand? Then, by the end of the charade, or by the end of the chill out, sorry guys, sorry, that was a strong sunlight. But by then I need these trees. Because without them, I don't know. Actually, I don't think I'll be outside. But by the end of the charade, it's my boyfriend who used to pay for everything. For his friends and for his friends' girlfriends. So the friends didn't like me because I used to intervene. I'd be like, no, I'd be like, no. And then I'm telling him, he's listening, but the friends already are just like, please, this girl, she's too much. And for some reason, oh guys, sorry, ooh, sorry. Yeah, let's actually pause on that. I think the story time is it's triggering. It's triggering even the environment around me. So like the friends didn't like me, and also I had an ex who, the sister, I don't know if sister, I don't know if it was even the step sister. Like you can imagine in a relationship, it involves other parties. Sijui if the boyfriends maybe was a bestie. If your boyfriend has a bestie, please, my sister, receive healing. Because you need it. I swear you need it. So you see, a relationship can have outside parties influence, but when you are single, even when you are single, even if so and so doesn't like you, you're just like, fuck it, man. It's not like I'm even getting married in your family. You understand? When you're single, such kind of drama, hautapatwa nazo. Rarely will you find yourself. Unbalanced relationships, finding yourself in a relationship whereby it's not even 100 or even 50-50. It's like you're giving the most. And also arguments, I swear, me, I don't like relationship arguments. I don't know if it's because I've been in several toxic relationships that I don't know how to argue healthily. Like arguments freak me out. When you are single, who are you going to argue with? Who? Nataanza kupigia kelele. Nobody. The drama, toxicness. When you're single, you are safe from a lot of things. And I know someone told me, actually I was watching it was like a podcast, a visual podcast, but they have a podcast, and they were sharing on those people who are anxiously attached to their partners, and they will say, they said that you can miss out on a good relationship. Kwanza mimi sipendi, there's something I didn't agree with. And if you kubaliana with me, please tell me in the comment section below, or even DM me. This is the statement I had that didn't make me happy. Is what was she saying? Okay, they were saying, yeah, you can miss out on a good relationship. I think this is what she was saying, or they were saying. Okay, it was as she was emphasizing this point. Why don't you just accept to be loved? You never know, it might work out. What if it don't? What if it doesn't? Sorry. What if it doesn't? I don't care. Me, I just start again your story. But for me, I will just tell you, you are safer from this nonsense when you are single. You are. Wallahi. Point number 6, the last but not least. You can add more if you feel like, but this is our last reason as to why you're better off single. You are much safer and less prone to pregnancy scares, STDs, all those kind of shenanigans. You know why? It is because any sex contact you have, it will be wrapped, using a condom. It might be a fling or a one-night stand. But in a relationship, big chances are you don't use protection. What a misfortune if your partner cheats. If your partner is cheating, the points are actually over. If your partner is cheating, let's actually assume, I don't know, let's just get to that point that I'm telling you. Big chances are in a relationship you are not using protection because it's your boyfriend, because it's your girlfriend. Do you get me? So if one of you cheats by mistake, actually by mistake, because I hear people cheat by mistake or intentionally, you are putting your partner, God, I'm sorry, I got scared. Hey man, I was almost jumping. You are putting your partner at stake. Okay, when you're single, definitely you'll have protected sex because there's nothing, it's a fling, If it's a one-night stand, it's just a one-night stand. But in a relationship, you'll not use protection. And what does that mean? My sister, pregnancy scare. STD scare. Especially if your partner cheats. And one thing I can tell you, some people cheat on their partners and their partners never know. So you can imagine you're sleeping with someone who is sleeping with somebody else. Shit. Ouch. I'm sorry if that is going on currently in your life. I'm sorry, but do you get me? My juice is over. I've drunk all of it. I'm going to drink more after this. I just wanted to shoot this beautiful video for you guys. I will probably shoot another one at night, because right now it's, what time is it? It's 3 p.m. I need to go. I have a class at 6 to 7 p.m. and I need to go to school. Actually, I'll leave here. I'm actually going to leave in the next few minutes. No. Wacha nitajipanga, but nisiwa confused. But I'm going to shoot another YouTube video today, just to ensure that my look doesn't go to waste. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Ensure you like, ensure you comment down there below. Comment, and please subscribe. Wallahi, subscribe. Please, tafadhali, please subscribe. It's free and you can change your mind later. If you know, you know. Okay. Also follow me on my Instagram page. I will drop them right there. My TikTok page, I'll drop it right there. And yeah, when you get me in those 2 platforms, you can get me in other platforms. And also Facebook. Yeah, please try. I'll write it also down here. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope this encourages you to continue staying single until you are stable. Because one thing I realized, the time I was practicing chastity, as I said, I will share that story another time, but just to give you a snippet, when I was being chased, and as in when I was practicing chastity, I used to be so firm and be like, I can't allow this. But when you get into a relationship, applying those things are actually hard. And that's why you need to really be stable in your singleness, so that if you get into a relationship, it's not like you're flying in and out of relationships. That is toxic to yourself. But if that is your cup of tea, sip it. Anyways, guys, bye. Always do your best and God will do the rest. Ting 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 ting. Shooting this video was so hectic. Sijui hata nitafanya nini na sound, but I have to upload it.